Man, so right now we in the city. Been sitting in the truck for 2 hours waiting on this client to finish up with some gear, and I said in the meantime, between time, let me walk around. I've been sitting in the car for too long. Let me stretch my legs a little bit. So this is where we at. I'm not gonna go too far because I want to make sure my truck don't get towed or nothing like that. And then we gotta shoot. We gotta be out of here by 10:30. So it's like an hour. So why not come out and look at the scenery, man? I think this is good for a little something. I've never been here before. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So, we are in New York. This is where I primarily do a lot of work, and today is a busy day. We have had a drop off for a 600 and a 1200D Pro, couple stands, some modifiers, things of that nature. And usually I would go do something else, but it was so early today, I just was like, okay. And I got another shoot at 10 o'clock, so why not just sit here and get on the pocket and talk to you guys for a second. So this is where the World Trade used to be at, and that's another reason I figured I'd get out. A little nostalgia. So the World Trade used to be here actually, and my clients are up there somewhere. So yeah, as you can see, the new World Trade is here, and yeah, man, it's a part of running a rental company as a DP, Gaffer, etc. So I get the chance to rent out some gear to supplement some income, and then from here I go to a shoot and do more work. So today's a long day. We started off got up at 3 o'clock this morning, got ready, left the house around like 4:20 to be exact. Got here around 6:30, and got here around 5:30. They got the gear that they needed, and now we're just sitting here waiting to go to our next location. Yeah. Alright, man, so that's for our second shoot. We got some anamorphics. That's another rental with a Komodo and some V-Lock batteries. And then we have some more lighting, some Astera Titan tubes, an LED panel. I like this LED panel. And then some other stuff. Yeah, man, so hopefully we'll be getting out of here soon and be able to get to the next location. One of the reasons I like this protection truck is because I can just sit back here and wait for my clients. It's enough room. Instead of sitting up front, I can stretch my legs out, get a nice view. And yeah, man, this is it, man. The action doesn't start until about 11 o'clock, 11:30. That's when the real action gonna start. So we gotta go from here to Brooklyn, and then that's where we're gonna be at for the remainder of the day. So stay tuned. So yeah, it's a waiting game, man. So there's some perks and there's some negatives. So I don't know if this is necessarily a negative because it gives me an opportunity to get some other things done, and the beauty of it is I'm still able to make money while I'm sitting here. So, the beauty about this is I bought all my camera equipment and I'm allowing the equipment to work for me. I'm not just letting it sit waiting for the job for me to work. I'm allowing the gear to work. So, it's a beautiful thing when you have, matter of fact, I don't even want to say that. Let's look at it like this, right? People call you crazy when you're spending all this money on camera gear, spending all this money. I took every dime that I had and just was spending it on this camera gear because I believe in it and I know it'll work for me. So this way, when I'm not working, I know the gear is working. So whether if I'm on set and I'm making money or at least the gear, I made it where I wasn't just not going to be making some money. Like, because, everybody's going to need the gear for the job. I wanted to make sure that I had gear for the job because, my main objective is I need to make some money. I need to be able to survive in this economy, and I need to have something else in the play, right? I don't want to be the guy that just with a camera and I'm a DP or a steady cam out, and that's what you hire. And if you can't hire me for those jobs, then I'm SOL. There's nothing else for me to do. So I put these systems in place where, if you need a truck for your job, I can bring it. Now I'm still making money, but you're renting a vehicle and you're paying me as a driver at that point. It's still my business. I'm still making money. I may not be making as much money as a DP or as the gaffer, but at least I'm making something. Or let me rephrase that. I could be, depending on how much gear they get. You know what I'm saying? So if they're renting my truck and some lighting equipment or something like that, I could be making $1,000 a day. That's the beauty of owning your gear. So everybody say rent. I say, why rent when you can own it? And then you could be the person that's renting it. So now you're making money off the rental when you're not on a job. And when you're on a job, they're probably going to rent you the camera anyway. So if they are, you may have another camera that's out on a rental. So now you're making money. You're making money twice. This camera's over here being rented and you're making a day rate on that. And then you're on a job and now you're making money physically. So now you get money on the labor and now you're getting money on the gear. So you're getting paid twice essentially. And that's the beauty of owning your gear. So let's just hypothetically say you finance the gear. So if you finance the gear, and let's just hypothetically, it's $600 a month. If it's $600 a month, right, and you have it rented out for the day for $1,200, you just made your rent for that month. And I know everybody's like, oh, well, you got to get it rented. Absolutely, you have to get it rented. But the beauty is you have share grid. You have to work with your network of people, reach out to people, hit those DMs on Facebook, hit them on freaking Instagram, TikTok. Reach out to people, let them know what you carry, what you do, let them know about your services, and put yourself out there. And then you can start creating a network of people and having the gear that they may want to use on a set and may not even be able to afford. And you can be flexible. As long as they fill out the proper paperwork and everything comes back, right, you're golden. So at the end of the day, it is, these things are essential, man. So I'm a firm believer of owning all the gear. So this truck, everything in here, I own. I paid for. I built it up for over 7 years, and now it's making some money for me. So it's a struggle out here, and when it's a struggle like this, you got to have other means of making money. You have to, because if you're waiting on that call for somebody to call you up to come shoot something for them. It may not even be the budget because the budget could be super low where you're not making no money. And now you're not even adding value to yourself. So now if you own the gear, you've added more value to yourself. You've added the camera, you've added the lightings, and guess what? They have to pay you for all that. Because if they weren't paying you for all that, they were going to pay somebody else for it, right? And the best thing that I can do is make it cheaper than what you really was going to pay for it. So now you can still have your production and you can have it look very professional with as much gear that, that's in this truck. So, I think it's always great to own, man. I think it's always amazing to own your own gear. Yeah. Hey. Extra. Do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Yes. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure.